A farmer planted 5,000 grains of maize and harvested 5,000 cobs, each bearing 500 grains. What is the ratio of the number of grains sold to the number harvested? So what the question demands we find is, it demands we find the ratio of the number of grains sold to the number harvested. Alright, let's begin by writing down the data that we were given. Now, let me just write the question. What the question demands we do is, so this is the question here. It says we should find the ratio of the number of grains sold. So the ratio of this to the number harvested, to the number of grains harvested. So I'm going to call the number of grains sold, let's call this NS. So the number of grains sold. So ratio. So let's call the number of grains harvested, let's call that NH. So number harvested. So according to the problem statement, we've been told that the farmer planted 5,000 grains. So another name for sowed is planted. So this is the same thing as planted. So the number of grains planted is the same thing as the number of grains sowed. So this is just English. So it says a farmer planted 5,000 grains of maize. So this is the first information we are given. So that means the number of grains sowed is 5,000. Let's write that down. So number of grains sowed or planted is 5,000. And then we're told that the number harvested is 5,000 cobs. Now note, there is a difference between this statement here and the statement 2 here. The statement 2 says he planted 5,000 grains, but he harvested 5,000 cobs. So let me just write that down. So the harvest is 5,000 cobs. But what we are interested in, we are not interested in the number of cobs, he harvested, but we are interested in the number of grains he harvested. So let's read on further. We've been told that though he harvested 5,000 cobs, but then each of the cobs, they bear 500 grains. Now how do we interpret that? Each cob, so each means one. So one cob bears 5,000 grains. That is, one cob is equivalent to or bears 500 grains. So if one cob bears 500 grains and he harvested 5,000 cobs, so how many grains would he have harvested in total? So one cob is 500 grains, so 5,000 cobs is just going to be, so you cross multiply, so you have this times this divided by this. So 5,000 times 500 times 500, so there's nothing here, divided by 1. Now 5,000 times 500 is going to give us that is 2.5 million. That's 2,500,000 grains. So this is what this is the number of grains he harvested. So but then the question says find the ratio of the number of grains sold to the number harvested. So this is the number harvested. So this is my NH, and this is the number sold. This is my NS. So let's find, so we want to find NS ratio NH. Now that's going to be, so our NS is 5,000 ratio, our NH is 2.5 million. That's 2,500,000. So from here we have this 3 crosses this 3, so you are left with 5 ratio 2,500, and then 5 here 1, 5 in 2500 is going to give you 500. So our final ratio is going to be 1 ratio 500. So this is the ratio of the number of grains sold to the number harvested as 1 ratio 500. Let's check our answer and see if it's there. So 1 ratio 500. Yeah, so the answer is A.